What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another modification to our 2019 Subaru Crosstrek Limited. A company recently reached out to me on Instagram, direct messaged me about potentially doing an install video on a set of hood struts that they carry. So they actually sent me a set to try out. So let's get started. So the whole purpose of these hood struts is so that I don't have to physically lift this up by hand and set up the prop rod into this hole like that. This is the exact part number that they sent me to use. This is for a 2018 to 2021 Subaru Crosstrek. Let's go see what comes in this kit. Seems simple enough. Came complete with two hood struts, a pair of brackets for the fender area or the upper rail, and a set of brackets for the hood hinges. What I'm hoping is these brackets do not interfere with the LP Aventur pod light brackets that I have on the hinges, so we'll find out. So it looks like the smaller brackets are actually the ones for the hood hinges, and the bigger ones are the ones for the upper rail bolts on the inside portion of the fender right behind the headlight. So let's see if these will fit the LP brackets. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's gonna stack up on the same bolt or same stud that's coming from the hood. So I'm gonna see which way fits better with this bracket under the LP bracket or on top of it. All you need to remove the hardware on the hood hinges is a 12mm socket on a 3/8 wrench. But since I do have these LP brackets, I do have to temporarily remove it first, set it aside, retighten this, and then remove this top 12mm nut. If you don't have these LP brackets, then all you need to do is remove these. And then when you go in to install the new brackets, you're just gonna need a 12mm open-ended wrench, since you cannot access that nut with a socket and wrench because this is in the way. So if you do have these pod light brackets, the best way for them to fit is for the hood strut brackets to be under the top stud. Driver side also done. Should look like this. You want to make sure that this bracket is completely parallel with the factory hood hinge. For the lower brackets, the shorter one or the smaller one goes on the passenger side. The hole's just supposed to line up with this factory hole, and then you're supposed to hold a nut on the back side. I'll show you how to do that. That's going to be the trickiest part. And then you put the washer and the bolt through on the front side. And then on the driver's side, it's hidden back here. You actually have to take this plastic trim panel, not completely off, but partially off. Just pry this with a flat head. Pull on the center. Set the clip aside. Just push the trim panel out of the way. Slide this in. We want to leave this loose until we have this fully bolted down. The hardware for the lower brackets are actually a 13mm, not a 12. So you're going to need a 13mm open-ended wrench and a 13mm socket. Okay, so what I didn't notice earlier is the inside of the bracket hole is actually threaded. So I could simply just bolt this in directly to the bracket and not have to put a nut on the inside of the fender, so that actually saves me a lot of time. So I'm not really sure why they even included these nuts, since the top brackets don't use it, neither do the lower ones. So let's wrap this up. So that's how the bracket should look like installed. You don't want to go too crazy on this and try to strip out these threads, so maybe like 14 to 16 foot-pounds of torque should be good. That's how the driver's side one should look. Should tuck in neatly under the trim panel and bolted in tight through this one hole. So now it's time to wrap things up and install the hood struts themselves. So the hood struts themselves should not involve any tools for install. Pretty simple. Top and bottoms are ball sockets. There's a retaining clip in there that you just have to be careful with. You snap this out of the way and the pin comes out. Definitely do not lose that, because you're gonna just pop this into the bracket and then you're gonna reinstall this clip. I'm gonna show you how to do that in a second. For install, you just take the hood strut and you pop it into the bracket and then reinstall the pin itself. The retaining clip. So you do it through this little pinhole. Make sure that the pin goes all the way through, and then you rotate it back and snap it into place, and that's it. Again, one more time. Pop it in place. Take the retaining clip and slide it into that pinhole. Lock it in place. What it should look like installed. You see, it has no trouble holding the hood up. No more need for this prop rod. Make sure there's no clearance issues. That's good. Quite strong. Definitely a lot of resistance, but it doesn't like pop up too fast, so it's pretty nice. Still shuts completely normally. No weird alignment gaps. We're all set. If you want to get yourselves a set of the same exact hood struts, I will leave a link in the description if you want to give them a shot. If you found today's video to be helpful or useful in any way, do me a favor and hit that like button. I do have some other news. I am moving. If you see, this place is completely empty. This car, I'm just gonna get it towed or whatever. I'm moving to Fairfax, into a bigger garage. Got a new place, and yeah, so it should definitely look a lot different next time that you see a video, since I will have a lot more space and tools, and it's gonna be a lot better. But if you are interested in this kind of content, want to keep up with the Subaru project or all my other projects, consider subscribing to my channel. But for today, this is going to be it. Thank you for watching.